Well, hello there. Thanks for coming on back down to biiiiiig's Diner. Glad to have you here today. We got a real special treat going on. The weather got a little cold today. We're going to be making some beef stew, let me tell you what. We're going to get going here because it's getting late, and this doesn't take 5 minutes to cook. This is about a 3-4 hour plus recipe. So we got a lot of work to do. We're going to get going here. A lot of ingredients. We'll go over them more. I don't have a recipe, or again, we're shooting from the hip, because that's how biiiiiig goes. We got a basic recipe we'll include in the description, but we've added quite a few things because you know biiiiiig likes that big flavor. That's how we roll. Now, that's the first thing we're going to do here. We're going to dredge this beef. Then we're going to brown it up. So you're going to toss it here in a nice little garlic, flour, salt, and pepper mixture. Try and get all the sides. Ooh, she's splashing. Here we go. We like what we're doing here now. I've made this in the past and I haven't really browned the meat. I tried to brown it in the crock pot. Didn't work out so well. Actually, I mean, it was delicious. But apparently, browning the meat will seal in that flavor. So we're going to brown it first. We're going to dredge this all up. She's looking real nice right now. We got our frying pan on the stove heating up. We're going to throw a little oil in there right before we do this. We got the heat not quite on high, so we don't want to smoke you out. But it's pretty high. And we got our tongs. We're just going to flip a couple sides. We're going to throw a couple pieces in there, flip it, move it right back over, right into the crock pot, which we have stationed currently right next to the stove. We'll put that in there and then we'll get going on some of the other ingredients. We'll cover them all as we add them to the crock pot. Whole bunch of things we've added. A couple things we're short on, frankly, and that's liquid. We've got 4 cups of beef broth when the recipe calls for 6, so we're going to have to make some tweaks. I think we can add the dry ingredients first, and then just add a little bit of water till they're covered up, and then we can supplement that beef flavor with a couple other things we got here. Whether that be cumin, which is one of my favorites. I know it's not specifically a beef flavor, but it sure tastes like beef to me. Let me tell you what. But one of my secrets is that gravy master. That and a little Worcestshire, that really gets it done. So we can make it work. That's how biiiiiig does it. He makes it work. We're going to wash our hands right quick. Now we're going to wash our hands because they're covered in flour. Looking real good here. Now we got our crock pot open. We got our frying pan ready to roll. We're going to move these over to the stove. We're going to add a little bit of oil, wherever my oil is. She hiding. We got it up. Add just a little bit of oil. That's a lot of oil. Then we're going to switch on over to the stove. We're going to show you how we do it. Just going to brown it real quick. Sear some of this stuff in. Some of these flavors. My Tunisian friend Russell had questioned me about using metal in improper pans and pots. We're not scraping or anything. We're just flipping, so I think we'll be all right today. Got a little something going there. We're just going to cook it for a second or two. Get it brown on one side. Give it a flipperoo. She's looking good. We're going to brown these, but y'all don't need to watch that. Just hang tight. Alright, we're wrapping her up now. Looking real nice. Had to tweak some audio levels. I saw it topping out because of the smoking, the crackling, crisping, crackling of the beef. Wrapping this up now. I just want to make a note. Y'all note my frying pan here is a little misshapen. When you're cooking with certain pots, you don't want to add cold water to them when they're hot. It will misshape them. All right. Now we're in real good shape. What we're going to do is we're going to add just a little bit of this beef broth. Just a little bit. And I don't know if you can hear me, but we're going to add a little bit of red wine. Just a little bit. Yeah, burn all that stuff. Just a little bit of red wine. So talk nice and loud so you can hear me over the smoking. We're going to stir it up here. Now we're using our plastic utensils, Lucille. We're just going to kind of get all that flavor and take it off of there. And take it off that heat. Set it aside, turn the heat off. We're just kind of scraping up them flavors. We're going to put it right in that crock pot. I know y'all can't see it, but you got to trust Big Dick. He doing it. We moving flavors over. We moving them flavors over. Oh, we scraping that pot. And now she's nice and clean. That's another side product. And we might sell a smoke alarm tonight, let me tell you what. We're going to hold on to that plastic utensil. We're going to move ourselves back over to main view. We're going to move our crock pot. We're going to move our crock pot. I got to remember where the microphone station. We're going to plug it in. And then we're going to add all our ingredients. We're going to try and make sure. Oof, we're not going to be able to cover all this. For sure it's going to need some water, let me tell you what. Especially with all these vegetables. Here's our beef broth. Excellent, excellent. Now we'll add some vegetables. That is carrots and potatoes. We're going to add just a little bit of water. Actually, what's going to end up being a whole lot of water, honestly. We'll flavor that up. That ain't no worry. 1 cup. 2 cups. Now, let me explain. Big Dick goes pretty heavy when it comes to... Can you see that smoke on my camera? Dang! Big Dick goes pretty heavy when it comes to his vegetables because he likes a hearty stew. That'll be just fine. We're going to add a whole bunch of other stuff in there. And we can always thicken her up with a nice little cornstarch slurry, which I'll show you how to make later on. All right, what do we got here? We're going to do a little tomato paste. You can't see that. You also didn't see what I was doing in the pot. There we go. Move this to adjust this just a little bit. That was what we in the business call a faux pas. Here's my tomato paste. We don't want to drop that in there, so we're going to do it off cam. We're going to scoop it on in there. It'll thicken us up a little, give us a little bit of that tomato flavor. Again, this will help flavor up some of that water that we added. Now this will slowly mix in there over the time. Looking real nice right now, looking real nice. Dishes are starting to stack up, let me tell you what. Okay, let's go. We're going to go with a little liquid smoke. We're going to go with a little secret ingredient, white pepper. It's a lot of white pepper, honestly. I'm going to go with a little smoked paprika. Because who doesn't like that? That's my new fave. We're going to turn this crock pot on high now because we got to start to get cooking. We are going to go with a little Worcestershire sauce. It's upside down. Just a little bit. Give it that nice umami flavor. We're gonna go with a little bit of Italian seasoning. We're gonna go with a little onion powder. And then we're gonna go with a little something we like to call gravy master. I think that's gonna help make up, flavor that water just a bit. I like what we're doing right now. All right, and then on top of that, right, we're gonna give her a stir now. We're gonna get this going just a wee bit now. See, she's looking real nice, if I'm being honest with you. A little watery, but we're gonna fix that up later with our cornstarch slurry. Gonna boil off a little bit of that liquid anyway during the cooking process. And then we'll thicken her up with our cornstarch slurry at the end. We'll also be adding some frozen peas and baby corns. We're gonna reuse those baby corns about the last 20 minutes of this recipe. Those vegetables cook a little bit quicker. A lot of bit quicker, being frank. We cut these potatoes up and we washed them. We did not soak them this time. And the carrots are just straight baby carrots out of the bag. Now we're looking pretty good right there. We are on high. We are looking good. Now we're gonna go with a little rosemary and a couple bay leaves on top. Then we'll come in, we'll stir it every 15-20 minutes, at least for the beginning. I like to pull these out when I do it. Come on, baby. Don't you get submerged on Papa. Those are our bay leaves. Then we're going to take our rosemary here. You got to snap it. You got to snap your rosemary. That releases them flavors. I'm just going to lay that on top. We'll do one more. Do one more of these rosemaries. It smells real nice. The big old rosemaries. We're snapping. We're snapping. We're snapping. She's looking nice. All right, and then we're going to throw our top on. And we're going to set a timer for 3 hours. 3 hours. That's a long time, let me tell you what, but I think she'll be worth it. Now, I'll be frank with you. I think she's going to take 4 hours. But we will check on the potatoes and the beef around 3 hours and see where we're at. We're going to stir it every so often. I'll show you once or twice, but obviously you don't need to see it every time. And I'm going to do some cleanup around here while we wait and see how we come out. We stir it for the next 3 hours or so, on and off. And then we add our final ingredients. And we make any tweaks on the back end. If we need to make it a little thicker, we add a little bit of that cornstarch slurry, cornstarch slurry, cornstarch slurry. That will thicken her up. And we just got to hope that that water didn't water it down too much. I think our gravy master, our Worcestershire sauce, which are 2 additions that are not in there, will help that quite a bit. And all right, hang tight. I'll check back in a few. All right, so let's take a look. I do like to stir it a lot early to break up that tomato paste a bit. Got rosemary out of there. You can really smell that rosemary in there, let me tell you what. But I don't like to put it in my food. So I like to keep it on top. So I like to pull it before I stir. She's looking good, let me tell you what. There's some tomato paste in there, but she'll break up, let me tell you. She's looking real nice, let me tell you what. She's nowhere near our thickness that we need, but we still got 3-4 hours to go. But we don't want to overcook anything, so we'll keep an eye on a couple hours on the potatoes and then the meat. But until then, I think we're looking real nice. We'll go out, put our garnish back in there. them aromatics as they call them. There we go. Looking real good. And then we're just gonna seal it back up and sit and wait. Well, all right, we're back now. We're about 3 hours in. She looking real nice, I gotta be honest with you. I like the look of this stew more than, and the smell, more than any stew I've done before. Consistency, yes, we have a little bit of worry there. She's a little watery. We'll fix that up, no problem, once we get closer. We're 3 hours in, and these potatoes and these carrots are nowhere close. So we're going to do another 40 minutes here on high and reassess the situation. That rosemary, let me tell you, it's really giving off some good fragrance. We're going to scoop up high on one side so we can lay our fragrances there. Then we can scoop them real quick and reassess in 40 minutes. I'm thinking we should be done in 40 minutes. Then we can go with the baby corns, the peas for 20, and then work on our consistency real quick. And then we'll be all done. She smells good. I'm really excited, let me tell you what. All right, we're looking in good shape right now. We got potatoes and carrots looking real fine. We're going to add some peas for the home stretch. Now, these are just frozen peas. You don't want to add too many. And then we're going to add baby corns. We rinsed them out. And we're going to just add them up there. Ooh, looking real nice. See, this will soak some of these juices up as well. We're going to stir them up. See, normally I would have added these baby corns first for about 10-15 minutes and then switched in the frozen peas, but I don't want to release the heat. I don't want to open the lid, so we're going to put her all in there, seal her up, and cook her for another 30 or so. I think she's looking real nice. Then we'll worry on the consistency. We are going to add a little bit of them aromatics as well. Looking real good, looking real good. Then we're going to seal her up for 30. We're in the home stretch now. We're getting home stretch right now, so we are going to make our cornstarch slurry, which is going to thicken up that sauce for us. Get us that nice consistency that we're looking for. So we're going to go a couple scoops of cornstarch. A lot of cornstarch. And just a splash of water. Then we're going to stir it up. Get it nice and thick. Break it down a little bit. She's thick. She's thick. You can always add more water. No, we're looking real good right now. That's a nice cornstarch slurry. Let me tell you what. You might need just a touch more water. Not much. Oh, there we go. Now she's moving. All right, we're about ready. All right, we're going to start getting that slurry. So we're going to pull those aromatics. She's looking good. She's looking good right now. Pull them aromatics out. Bay leaf and rosemary. Rosemary. And the bay leaf. And then we're going to start in our cornstarch slurry. We're going to need more of this, I think. I think we're going to need a whole bunch more. We're going to keep going with the cornstarch slurry. I'll off camera while you watch that beautiful simmering. The baby corns is floating. That means they're done. We continue to make cornstarch slurry here. For all of y'all worried about Martine, I haven't been able to get in touch with him. I've reached out to his lover, Maybelline, with no response. But hopefully I'll have some info sooner rather than later. A little more slurry. A whole bunch, honestly. That's alright, we're looking for that thickness. We're gonna stir, see what happens. We give it a little stir, see if we get any consistency increasement. She's a little watery for me, if I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep going on this slurry. But we're looking real nice on the inside, let me tell you what. So anyways, call Maybelline to try and get in touch with Martine, see what's going on. Trying to increase that production value for all y'all at home. Always looking out for my viewers. My visitors down at the diner. That's too much water for the slurry. Come on now. There we go. Okay, there's some. You just get a little more cornstarch. She's looking nice now. Let me tell you what. Ooh, daddy, there we go. So Maybelline ain't answering my calls. Martine ain't answering my calls. Just trying to get Martine the help he needs. That voodoo priestess don't know what's best for him. I got a lead on an iron lung that would fix him right up. Ooh, there we go. We're looking real nice. We're gonna scoop it all out there. Sticking her up. Give her a nice stir. Oh, there we go. Looking real good now. There we go. We're going to cook for about 10 more minutes, and I think she's going to thicken up real nice. Let me tell you what. No more aromatics. We don't want to mess around with that. Now it's just stir and simmer. We're going to turn the heat down to low and just let it go. All right, let's see how we're looking now. Yeah, she's looking good. She's looking real good. Oh, I'm making a mess. All right, so now we're going to scoop her into our bowl there. And we're going to let it sit. You don't need to watch that. All right, she's looking real good here. Take a close look. She's looking real good right now. I like what we're doing. Definitely not perfect. But, you know, not every recipe we cook's perfect. I don't go by these recipes, this measurement, that measurement. I go by feel. I go by my knowledge, what I've learned. And that's why I'm trying to learn as much as possible. If I could make some changes today, this recipe that I'm going to post in the description is going off a Dutch oven, which cooks at much higher temperatures. Should have put that, taken that into account. What I would have done differently in this crock pot method is I would have soaked my vegetables, my potatoes, my carrots. If I soaked them for half an hour, they would have finished right around the time the beef was finishing. We could have went corn, peas, and been done with it. But instead, we had to cook it a little bit longer, and that led to, more than likely, the beef would be a little overcooked. But fortunately, we browned it beforehand, so it should keep a little bit of that succulence left. Anyways, thanks for tuning in to biiiiiig's Diner, and we'll be back real soon with another video. And thanks for joining us. Click that like and subscribe button, and we appreciate y'all watching today. Pray for Martine.